Hello everybody. Hello grade 4. How are you? I hope you are fine. Today we will start new unit, okay? We will start in unit 2. Unit 2 actually geometry, okay? We have 3 lessons in this unit. The first lesson, the relation between 2 straight lines. If I ask you, what is this? It looks like what? Actually, it looks like what? Straight line. So our lesson for today about the relation between 2 straight lines. Here we have 3 types. In this relation we have 3 types. The first type, or the first case, when we have straight line meet another straight line in a point like this, okay? So now they are intersect in a point, okay? This point called what? Called intersection point. So this point, the point when they are meeting, called what? Called intersecting point. When they meet, what they did? They make 4 angles. They meet in a point, they meet in only one point, and they make 4 angles. In this case, actually, it looks like what? It looks like letter X. It looks like what? Letter X. This case called intersecting straight line. Called what? Intersecting straight line. In this case, these 2 lines make what? These 2 straight lines make 4 angles. 2 acute angles and 2 obtuse angles. How many? 4 angles. 2 acute angles, the small angles here, called what? Acute angles. What about up and down? Obtuse angles. So we have 2 acute angles and 2 obtuse angles. And this is the first case. This is what? The first case. It looks like what? It looks like letter X. What about the second case? The second case, when we have a straight line intersect another straight line in a point. Also this point called what? Called intersection point. And they make how many angles? Also 4 angles. So in both cases they make 4 angles, yes, and intersect in one point, yes. But in this case they make 4 right angles. They make what? 4 right angles. And this case called perpendicular straight line. Called what? Perpendicular. Okay, it look like what? It look like plus. It look like what? Look like plus. When I will give you an example from our real life. For example, the edge of this board and the edge of this board. If we imagine this is a straight line and this is a straight line, actually they are what? They are perpendicular. Why? Because this edge is standing on this edge. So this is called what? Perpendicular. Okay? So this the first case called intersecting. The second case called what? Perpendicular. What about the third case? The third case, when we have 2 straight lines like this, they never meet. This extended in both sides and this extended in both sides, but they are like this. They never meet. They never intersecting. In this case, there is no point of intersection, and they doesn't make any angles. So this case, this is the third case, and this is called what? Parallel. Called what? Parallel. When you see 2 straight lines like this, it's called what? Parallel. That means they will never meet. They will what? Never meet. So we have 3 cases. Okay? So our lesson about the relation between straight lines. We have 3 cases. The first case intersecting. The second case perpendicular. The third case called what? Parallel. First case like this. Okay? In the second case, first case like letter X. Second case like what? Like plus. The third case like what? Like this. So if you do it by using your arms, it will look, the first case like this, letter X. The second case look like plus. The third case look like this, parallel. So in this case, the 2 lines intersect on one point. So they will intersect in one point, and they make 4 angles. So here 4 angles and here 4 angles. But here 2 acute angles and 2 obtuse angles. Here, 2 acute angles and 2 obtuse angles. Here, 4 right angles. Here, the third case, no intersection point and no angles because they never meet. Let's see. Here, complete by using intersecting, perpendicular, or parallel. It's another. It's a type of exercises. If we have 2 straight lines like this is called what? It's look like what? Who can remember? It's look like what? It's look like plus? No. So this is not perpendicular. They never meet? No, they meet. So it's not parallel. So it's what? Intersecting. This is the first one. What about the second one? Here. If you look here, oh, they doesn't meet. This above of this. No, if we extended, if we see an exercise like this, what you will do? Extend this. It will be dash. Extend this line. So it will be what? In this case, it will be perpendicular because this line standing on this line. If we extended it, it will be what? Perpendicular. So if we see something like this, you have to make extension. So if you extended it, it will be perpendicular. So the second case, perpendicular. What about the third one? Okay, they doesn't meet. There is no intersection here. So this is called what? If I don't know, if I extend it, it will be like this, and this like this. They meet? No. So it's what? It's parallel. So we have 3 types: intersecting, perpendicular, and parallel. Let's see another type of questions. Complete each of the following, okay? The first one here. Any 2 straight lines that never intersect are called what? 2 straight lines never meet. Intersect mean meet. 2 straight lines never intersect. Called what? Called parallel. This is the third case, parallel. Let's see the next one. Here, any 2 straight lines intersect and make 4 right angles. Make how many? 4. For what? Right angles. Which one? We said the first one intersecting and make 2 obtuse and 2 acute. The second one perpendicular, which make 4 right angles. Make how many? 4 right angles. It's called what? Called perpendicular. Let's see another one. Here, the 2 intersecting lines make how many angles? When 2 lines intersecting, make how many angles? We said when 2 straight lines intersecting, make how many? Make 4 angles. Here, the 2 lines which make 2 acute angles and 2 obtuse angles called what? Not 4 right. This case when we have 2 straight lines intersect and make 2 acute angles and 2 obtuse angles. Actually, this is the first case, and this is called what? Called intersecting. Called what? Intersecting. Here, the 2 intersecting lines intersecting in point. In how many points? When 2 straight lines intersect, they intersect in how many points? In 1 point. Let's see another type of question. Here from the opposite figure, complete. So now we will see figure. I'm sorry. So the first one here, I'm sorry. Here it must be perpendicular. Okay, now the first one. Here we have a triangle, okay? And inside this triangle we have a line. This line perpendicular to this. This is the sign of perpendicular. When you see small square, this means what? Perpendicular. Small square mean what? Perpendicular. The first one, AD. Where AD? AD. This line. Perpendicular on what? AD. This AD. Perpendicular on what? Standing on what? Actually, BC. So, AD perpendicular or standing on what? BC. So I will write PC. And because here he wrote this sign, I will write it. Let's see the next one. EF. Where is EF? This one. EF. Okay. Parallel. Parallel with what? Parallel mean will never meet. Parallel with what? Actually this. Parallel with this. So again, parallel with what? Parallel with BC. Here in the first one, can I say that AD perpendicular on DC? Yes, I can. Or BC? Yes, both of them right. Okay, so both of them are right. The third one, BA. Where is BA? This one, BA. BA. Perpendicular in what? Here actually we have another square. It must be like this. So when you see square like this, it's mean perpendicular. This is the sign of perpendicular. So BA. Perpendicular in what? Yes, who can think? Perpendicular. Actually, it's perpendicular on this side. If you extend this, you will see that BA perpendicular on what? CA. So it will be the square must be like this. The square must be like what? Like this. I will fix it. I will cover all of this. And this square must be like what? This square must be like this. On this line. This is the correct one. Now, if you see square like this, now BA perpendicular on what? BA, this BA. Perpendicular on what? Actually BA perpendicular on CA. How come? If you extend this, you will, and if you extend this, it will look like what? Look like plus. Yes, yes. So it's what? It's perpendicular, and this is the sign of perpendicular. So BA perpendicular in what? On CA. Here, AC and CB. AC, this. And CB, this. This line and this line. Intersecting at point. Which point? Actually, both of them meet or intersect in this point. This point called what? Here. This point called what? Called C. So, this AC and CB meet in a point. This point called what? Called C. Or from here. What is the common letter? The letter who repeated. Here C and here C. So they will meet in what? On C. That's it. I think our lesson is so easy. please try to practice more. And if you want anything or any question, please write it in a comment. Thank you for listening. Okay, bye bye.